back to the Battlefield Siege Run here. We have another pauper video for you today. Yes, we're not playing standard, we're playing some pauper, and we are playing a really cool deck today. This is actually Sodeq's list. It's, if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm sorry. We're playing some mono white, which is always one of my favorite variants of decks if you follow this channel at all. Yes, we're playing mono white. I think this deck is probably one of the best decks in the format right now. Sodeq has been championing this online. He won a challenge recently with it. It's just phenomenal, really well-oiled, runs along the ground, really quite nice. Well, when I say runs along the ground, it runs a lot of flyers like Wonder Whip, Aerialist, and Skyguard. But essentially, it's a really good adaptation of the standard mono white builds because it's using Guiding Voice now. So Guiding Voice is that lessons, that learning mechanic from Strixhaven. And you can get some of the lessons from the new Avatar set, such as Airbending Lesson and Yip Yip. So we have been playing Boros Heroic if you've been following this channel at all. That's the build that we've been developing over time. This is, I guess I just want to try this to see what this deck is like. When I first looked at this, I mean, it has all like the mainstays here. You have the absolutely cracked auras, so High in Umbra with the Totem Umber and First Strike. And then also you have, where is it? The Cheeky Ethereal Armor, which is just an insane card. It's, you know, +1/+1 for every enchantment you control. But I guess when we're running Guarding Voice, Homestead Courages, and Unscathed, we're running a little bit less enchantments. So we're less reliant on the enchantments, but obviously these cards are still good even if you have 1 or 2 enchantments in play. So anyway, the idea of the deck is you essentially play Creature with Heroic. So you're going to ban Trailblazer, a Chrome Skyguard, or Wonder Whip Aerialist. This doesn't have Heroic, but it has Ward 2, and then as soon as you modify it with an Aura or counters, it gets Flying, which is cracked. And then you just Voltron it, and attack for lethal every turn. The other additions they've done here is they've actually put remote farm in. So when I saw this list, I was like, this is such a good idea. And I actually own remote farms. I don't know how many people actually own this card, but it's a depletion land. So it's basically Ancient Tomb for white, but you can only do it 2 times. It comes to play tapped. But the idea is you can play this on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you can play another planes, and then you can play your 2 drops, or you can play your Trailblazer, and then you can either soup it up with stuff straight away, or you can keep up like a Merge Unscathed or something like that for protection, or you can put a High in Umbra straight away onto your Okron Skyguard if they haven't done anything, or if you're on the play. So it can be quite good in that regard, or, you know, this is obviously bolt proof, so you can put a High in Umbra on there, and then suddenly they can't do anything. And you just Voltron them to death. So I think this is a really huge addition to the style of deck. I think it's very good. Outside of that is the sideboard. Obviously, Sodeq's been working on the sideboard a fair bit. Probably the one thing I'm curious about is it's only running 2 lessons. So it has this idea of a wishboard, but only having white means you only really get Yip Yip and Airbending Lesson, but you know, you have Soccer's Training as well, which could be an option, which is like the giant growth, but you get a clue, but it costs 2 mana. But it's just running these 2. So I am curious if this gets a little bit worse when you're running 4 Guarding Voice and only 2 lessons in the sideboard. You might want a couple more, but we can see what it's like in the matches anyway. Besides that, we've got more lifelink effects, another Lauren's Escape for protection, and then you have this, it's kind of like the sword cycle that exists, but it's essentially for a white aura. So this spell gives protection against red and black, and then this spell gives protection against green and blue. So basically all the other colors of the color pie. So you can put that into your deck when you just need that specific colors. It costs 1 less, and then you get a True Name Nemesis, which is absolutely cracked. They're running 2 Fairy Macabre, which I agree with. You don't really want to be playing Relics or Tormod's Crypts or anything like that. Fairy Macabre is very selective, just does what it needs to do, and then you can keep using your mana to play the auras and the pump spells to get them dead. So anyway, this is the bulk of the deck. I'm really curious to see how it goes. It feels like it's an absolutely cracked deck, so I'm very keen to try it. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. Also, we do have my little code over at Mana Traders. If you want to use it, Siege Ryan, I put it in the description anyway. After a couple months, you can get a little bit of money off. So it's a good way to try out these kinds of decks if you'd like to try before you buy, if you have a pauper tournament in the future. All right, without further ado, let's give this deck a crack, and I'll see you in the first one. All right, let's go on the play. We're playing against Lechao Goblin. Very nice. Oh, yeah. We'll have to mull this. We at least need a creature to get things going. And we have to mull this as well. This is not a good start for the deck. Yeah, they're keeping. We'll have to mull again. That's why I call it mull again. Okay, we obviously can keep this. I am more interested in keeping the Weaver. I think we just bottom these 2 Skyguards and just go all in on the Weaver. And that sounds crazy, but you just got to do what you got to do, you know? Get a Guarding Voice out. The old Hallam Adepts. Love that card. It's a true classic, that card. It's bloody Ponder, mate. Alright, we'll play the Aerialist. Past. Faster. And then obviously just because we have Ward, we can just go balls to the wall. Probably just do the Homestead Courage or something like that. We don't really need to keep the Vigilance back. Doesn't look like they're an aggro deck if they're playing in tapped Hallam Adepts. Okay. just passing. So this makes me want to just play it like a homestead courage, to be honest. Just do 1 and 2. Quite fine if any of that gets counted. Yeah, we'll just drop it all, to be honest. It's obviously better if it's on something else, on the Crowan, it doubles, but I'm gonna quiet the clock going with this bad boy here. And next time we just guarding boys keep up unscathed and hopefully just ride this pain train straight to the station, I'd say. It would be nice to have two more pump spells though, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Okay, they're just playing that. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Look, it's just a looting effect. I was happy just to trade with it with the Sky Guard. I think we attacked before. They didn't draw another land, so this Weaver's not getting cooked, and we have a better clock than them. And we could probably even we'll attack the Weaver, but then we'll play the Sky Guard. They can loot if they want, that's fine, and then we just have this other cook in the background with an Emergent Scathed if we need to. Yeah, I like that. I like the looks of that, to be honest. Alright, play our Sky Guard. Say go. We're not going to attack though. We have lethal if they just tap out and play something. So you know, we can just go like Guiding Voice from the Sky Guard, Yip on the Sky Guard, Emergent Scathe on the Sky Guard for blue or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Their deck almost needs Ethereal Armor. Look at all these enchantments. So they draw 2 cards and discard 1, which is pretty good. Oh, sorry, it's Scries. Wonder why they... I swear there was a blue common that drew cards like Keen Sense. But if they don't draw land here, then they're pretty cooked. Land in like a creature. Sprite is obviously a great draw for them. Smoke Shroud. Okay, so they are just like ninja auras. That's cool. You gotta return it, but it is 2 mana. It's a bit expensive for just +1/+1. You either got like Feather or Flight and stuff that does the same thing. You draw a card. So yes. So I think what we do is we just fire this one off first, because we have the Spell Pierce stuff anyway. Then we'll just use a Remote Farm for this. And then obviously we could just do the yip. And that's cooks them here. Yeah, we'll just chuck it on there. We just Emergent Scathe. If they do anything, just get them for Xaxes. Look at that. Bloody beautiful. The old turn 5 kill. I was like, oh, it wasn't lethal, but we did first strike damage first. There we go. All right, sideboarding wise, we just bring the blue stuff. I don't think lifelink matters too much here. I think Hyena Umbras aren't that good either. Let's see, is Mask of... No, it's Shield of Duty and Reason. There you go. Green and blue. So bring those in. I don't mind the Journey to Nowhere's. The Hyena Umbras just don't feel good against blue. And let's just take out the Merge Unscathed. I'm happy to run. Spirit Link. Yeah, I'm not too keen on those. They have bounce effects as well. Maybe just bring in one more of these and cut a Spirit Link. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see how this goes. I could see like having a little bit of the Spirit Link might be good for if they are able to race. They've got like a big ninja that's unblockable. But I think essentially we are doing the same game plan. They're just in blue, and I think we're faster. So I don't think Spirit Link is as good. Okay, we obviously have to mull this. They're keeping... Okay, come on, give me a creature deck. Okay, this is good. I think we're still going to just bottom a land, to be honest. And we'll play the Trailblazer into the Weaver. There's just stone walls and ninjas as well, which is nice. So obviously the Aerialist is very good. There you go. I'm glad we bottomed the planes there. We do have a emerge unscathed, so maybe we could start getting in and just playing like 1 courage on the Lagona. It could be worth it, I guess. We'll see what we draw. We might draw something a bit different. This feels like a counterspell. What they have, I think. Let's just play the Weaver and say go. Then next turn we can courage and keep up unscathed, or ethereal llama, keep up unscathed. This makes me think they might have interaction as well. I wouldn't mind having a bit of protection for that. Right. Well, there you go. So we made the right call. Their spell starts right. We can't block that though, so they can attack with it to the ninja and then have it again. So they will have something for this emerge unscathed at some point. Hopefully they just won't be able to do the removal spell at the same time. I think let's just put a counter on the Weaver, and then we just put it all into this Trailblazer, to be honest. Because it will get quite big. And we only have 1 aura, so I don't really want to... Like, the Ethereal Armor's just giving +2/+2, really. Yeah, may as well attack. You get a ninja. Okay, yep. Oh, they're running that. That's cool. That's sick. So you can return that. That's cool. I love that. That's so cool that that's a common. I didn't realize that was a common. Okay. Well, I'm also glad I didn't put stuff into that then. I played tap land. Okay. That's good because they can't sprite us. So let's play this. This is tempted to play now. I guess we just go full on with that. Now I think the Trailblazer is better. Let's play this and let's put the blessing on there. And see if they do anything specific. Because that will just cook them here. Just get literally True Name Nemesis against them because I'm name blue. Yeah, I had a feeling they might have had Spell Pierce there. That's fine. So here now we can just attack with the Weaver. It's a 1/5 as well, so we can block this Shinobi. Okay, so this is really a cross between like the Faeries list with like extra ninjas in it, it looks like. That's cool. They tap it down, attack with the ninja. Maybe they return the Weaver. No, I guess they probably return the other thing, don't they? So I think what we do now is we just... God, I wish I had a blessing still. I think Mask is better. Let's try and play this Laguna Trailblazer. Again. For the 100th time. Okay, we got a land. Alright. Well, we're probably just going to go all in on this bloody Wonder Weaver now. So they're going to... This is bait, so they can spell sprite this. This is fine. Can't do much about that. That's counted. But now we can just put an Ethereal Armor and 1 Homestead on here. And it's got a Beach, so that's good as well. The problem I'm having is that we're going to have to block this, which is annoying. Being on the play seems to have mattered. But if you give that Aqueous Form, that's absolutely cooked. I see what they mean there. You just give that Aqueous Form and then like, what do you do? I'm glad I brought in those Journey to Nowheres because we might be needing them if we draw them. We need to draw them, of course. Yeah, bloody hell. I like this list. That's really cool. Maybe we'll try out this ninjas list. I just had no idea that this was a common. I thought it was an uncommon, at least. I've definitely played it before. I've played in Commander like 10 years ago, but you know, wowee. Okay, it gives it flying, but we can still block it. I'm just really worried if they have another spell set of sprite. That's what I am worried about. Because when we start attacking and we lose the vigilance from the Homestead Courage, then we can't attack anymore, essentially. Because I feel like they'll definitely have cards. Cards absolutely cracked. Okay, they can't attack. Okay, that was a terrible draw. I'm actually going to hold the farm to make it look like we have more than one spell. And we're probably likely just going to another game here because we haven't drawn much else. They have any form of interaction, they can just deal with this Wonder Weaver. Like if they go out tapped, I don't know, it was every occasion of the ward too, so the ward has really mattered, holy crap. Well, that's a good sign for us, but they're on 9. And I only really want to attack once we have another unscathed. Benevolent Blessing is the best draw here. 100%. Or the Mask. I'll take a Mask. They're going to win the stalemate here because they have the Owl and they have some draw engine. So I think really we have one more draw to draw the mask, or the shield, or whatever it is, and then otherwise I think we're just cooked. Yeah, that's not good. So I think we actually concede here. We just can't, like, I'm not going to go through that bout. It's too hard to get through all that. We have to try not to mull as well. That is the call there. I'm just going to bring in, the Spirit Links didn't matter. Let's just take out the Spirit Links. I'm glad I brought in that Lorien though. So hopefully we can just get away to, I guess we could have, yeah. I just think they were too far ahead at that point. With that Shinobi, that just bounces every turn. That's crazy. Sick card though, but it's crazy. We'll play first is what we want. We can't keep this, sadly. If we had one more planes, we could. Look, this is good. We'll keep it. I think we just bottom our planes, really. Keep. Bottom our planes. Done. And then, yeah, we'll just play the Sky Guard. Equip it with the armor, and Bob's your uncle. And we could start putting things again on the area list, I guess, is the option. That's interesting. I think we still play... Let's play the area list, and then we'll play the Sky Guard next turn. Our stuff is going to get counted. Let's be real here. But having 2 flyers helps a lot. And I think they'll have another sprite here, potentially. Okay. Let's attack for 2, and let's just play the Sky Guard. We need to stop drawing planes though pretty soon. And they might just counterspell it. They did want to counterspell it, that's fine. Now we just have to hope they don't have a spellside sprite. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem for us if that happens. Just casting that, eh? Alright, well, let's say if they're spell pierced, it doesn't matter. We'll play the planes. Let's just go... Again, like... Yeah, let's just go through line 1 here. We'll tap 3. Now we can play this Laguna Trailblazer and just block the crap out of that ninja. Shame that Emergence Gate says creatures you control, because we'd be absolutely cooked if we could just target their creatures in response to an aura. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. Alright, giving it flying, they say. Response. In they come. Okay, yep. You do your cycle, that's fine. So now they can just have Sprite up now. At least this is a cycle, not like the other ninja that they just draw a bunch of cards with. Okay, that is not a good draw either. Let's just attack for 3. We really need to draw something good. I mean, we could also just have kept it back, I guess. We're not getting anywhere else with these cards. I want to fish out this Sprite as well. I think they're like, oh, I have a Sprite. I guess I can counter it, but like it doesn't really matter. But they probably have a ninja now to flicker it. So now I feel like we're back on the defense again with the Weaver. Are they getting kind of too much value now? And it's hard to know. I'm hoping they have the miss blind late. They attack with both, and then we can just unscathe the Weaver. Alright, they are attacking with both. Yep, in for 4. No blocks, because they both have flying. Okay. And it happens. Okay. I mean, that's a good draw, don't get me wrong. The question is, where do I put it? We could put it on the Trailblazer and then we can just chill. Well, they can both attack, to be honest. This obviously have another Sprite, which is the issue. I feel like it's just come a turn too late, to be honest. Like if they... They obviously have a cooked hand. But yeah, if it's a Sprite, we're done. We can't beat that. Like they have 5 cards in hand. Snapping that. Okay. Well, at least we can give that pro blue now. I was worried about a snap. That's probably the one thing that I wanted them to use, but they could be running Dispel. And snap's going to be a problem later on when we try and Emergence Gate again. But now we have the Blessing, it's like pretty cooked. So we have to see what they do here. This might be hard for them to beat now. Okay, so it looks like they're happy with that happening. We've been holding on to this since like literally the beginning of the game. So it was quite actively telegraphing that we had this. Okay, we can end blue here. The thing happens. We get these beautiful heroic triggers. And now I want to hit with both. I feel like I have what I need now. Oh, annulling that. Well, this gets a bit grosser. I think we just attack with this 2/6, to be honest. Annul was a fantastic draw, though. Holy moly. Okay, of one mind is an absolute correct draw for them. I was kind of hoping, like, maybe if they drew a land in this turn or last turn. Well, that's good for them. So now they can tap down. Yeah, they just want to tap that down and get in for 4. But they do tap out for that. So if we draw a Journey, I'll be pretty happy. Journey to Nowhere, another Blessing, a Mask. There's lots of good draws we can hit here. Because now they're tapped out. And our clock's still, I mean, it's the same now. But we're kind of up a bit more on life. All right, there. Give me a shield. Give me a shield. Or a Benevolent Blessing. All right. Oh, we got Rebound, which is nice. So we need to chuck that in the Laguna. Yeah, I forgot about that. We can get more heroic, which is good. May as well put it on the Trailblazer so we just get more counters. Alright, so we will do this. Click, 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 clickety click. Chuck you on there. Get some pro blue action. I guess I've got to make the choice. It depends on what I draw, though, essentially. I could get, yeah, one in blue. If we do hit something good. Oh, that's a phenomenal hit. In that case, I'm going to do this now. Chuck it on the Ninja. And then I'm happy with everything else now. I'm doing it now because we get more hits off this Ethereal Armor. So I don't have any more hits now with stuff. There we go. All right, let's play another one. All right, we're on the play again, which is good. Yeah, look, this hand is kind of garbage, but... Oh, do we keep it? No, let's mull. It's pretty garbage. This hand's better. We just bottom up lanes. I know it probably looks similar, but it's not. It's just not. And we're on the play as well, so we can play planes. I mean, we could have kept the other hands, but it's just like, it was so many planes. If we literally drew... Okay, we're playing against Gardens, which is not... I mean, we could be playing against Stompy. We don't have protection, so generally with these heroic decks, you just like jam it out, you know? If they want to cast down it, they can cast down it. Hopefully we can just go high in Umbra, Ethereal Armor, and call it a day. Okay, well they can. They can still cast down. They're rumbling. Okay, that's good. They're obviously not Gardens then. What do they have here? Molten Gatekeeper. Just want that. Okay. I feel a bit better with this because we can just add everything onto this now. And we should just get it out of range of anything big. And the Hyena Umbra helps a lot. They're obviously playing Nine colors, so it's not that big of an issue. Yeah, this is like a 6/6 now. We draw anything and we just have like, it's a 2-turn clock. I just gotta, what I wouldn't mind seeing, even if we, is that a blink? Oh, thank God it says you control. So they're what? They're green, red, white, blue. They're 4-color. That is cooking. I guess you blink the unearth stuff. When like, sure, it's a script does 1 damage to each opponent. Okay. It's actually a good idea for the in our Impact Tremors deck. We can unearth that, and then you know, we don't have to play an Impact Tremors. We can just play this Molten Gatekeeper. Note that down, chat. That's that could go in our other deck. Lotleth Giant. Holy moly! 2 Lotleth Giants. But like, I guess they run Dredge Return. It's just like a Dredge list. Yeah, there it is. There's Dredge Return. You got 4 creatures though, but we're probably fast enough currently. Town Garita. Now this mills as well, right? And 7 creatures. I mean, they do have to get pretty far first to get anything done. I mean, Spirit Link would just like mop it up now. Okay. So I am going to play this guard. I think we're just going to play everything, to be honest. Well, actually, we don't need to. If we attack for 6 and then end step, we can go Emerge Unscathed like on this or whatever, and there'll be 7. So be 6. They've got 8, 7, 8. Yeah, we can keep up the Unscathed, and we can keep even around just in case. And if they play a flyer, we can Unscathed on their end step, and then get the counter, and then Unscathed again and get another counter. I'm trying to pronounce their name. I think it's illegible. Yeah, sorry, it is illegible. I was like ineligible. I don't know. Anyway, are they going to cook me with like a spy combo or something cool? Damn, that's a nice forest. Look at that forest. I actually love the Bloomburrow set because even playing standard, I'm like, I feel like a lot of the power creep was from Bloomburrow. You got all the talents and stuff like that, and or Dustmourne. Dustmourne had a lot of stuff like the Overlords. It was like, wow, there's just some really powerful cards in these standard sets. And as I was saying in that other standard video that I had from Friday, it was just, it doesn't feel like standard. It feels so much more powerful. Circle of the Land Druid. Look at this. I love playing in these queues because you get to see some really cool stuff. You mill 4 and then you can get another land. So it is just like a mass mill deck. I guess the problem is here is, well, it's not the problem. They Dredge Return the end. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Yeah, they Dredge Return the end. Oh, they make a food as well. Yeah, so they can gain 3 life. So I guess now we just Emerge Unscathed on our turn. So we can do it twice over. Because they go to 11. And it's good. And it's a good one. Still, they have 13 creatures so far. So if they feel like this is enough, they might honestly just play another creature to continue the mill train. And then we can win with the Unscathed on the end step. I might turn off auto yields here. Okay. Are you cracking the food? Please don't crack the food. Play a 2-mana creature. That's what I want to see here. Play a 2-mana creature. You have your Reacher. It's a 5/7 as well. It can block our Skyguard so well. So well. Yes. Alright, so now we can end step it. Let's just look at their graveyard, see what they have here. Yeah, okay. Interesting stuff. Another giant. But we've cooked them. Alright, so we just Emerge Unscathed on here and then green. And then the rebound deals 8 to them. I didn't know if they were going to win. I'm not sure. And green. It's our turn. It comes back. Yep. Target that. Name green. Yeah. Well, there you go. It was exact 6. I mean, we could have done it over 2 turns if we needed to. So we probably bring the mask in then, if this is the case. Because they obviously have the reach effects. Yeah, a bunch of Ents in their hand. The Macabres are... I think we bring the Macabres. And yeah, we bring the shields. Things I don't like against this deck. I mean, the Spirit Links are probably fine. And they get us out of reach. But what are we cutting? I mean, we could probably cut the Unscathed because now we have the shield. And the Guiding Voices don't feel as good because it's really just getting the Airbend or a Yip Yip. Sorry, Guiding Voice. Maybe keep him 1 Unscathed and take out the shields. I think this is fun. I think the Spirit Links can be absolutely cooked. I should really get a new alias for like this instead of the Birds of Paradise. I should really just get something else. Like, you know, this is pretty cool. Little dinosaur. I got to play the events though. And in Australia, all the events are at like 4 a.m. If you play with a Kerblink C, not play, but if you watch Kerblink C, I mean, he does a good job. He wakes up early and plays something here and there, but it is hard. It is hard when you're in Australia. Look, I'm actually going to keep this because we can absolutely cook this Trailblazer. Things that I don't want. Honestly, probably this Emergence Scathed, because we have this Blessing and we can just absolutely cook up this Laguna Trailblazer. Yeah, that's good. All right, we'll play this and we can Totem Armor it, so like we're not going to lose anything straight off the bat. On our turn, I think we just go Umbra into Spirit Link and start gaining life, because I think they win with a lot of the Giant. Like it's a great way to win, but they're a little bit slow because of that, you know. Yeah, they can play the Town Greeter, that's fine. And they can also try and just get rid of... Ooh, Wrathing Chrysalis, very nice. Wouldn't mind drawing a Macabre at some point. So that's kind of good as well. I think what we do is we just chuck this on for green, and then we'll put in the Hyena Umbra. Obviously, like, they could run Bolts or whatever, but... I mean, yeah, we did see Blink from them, didn't we? Yeah, that's cooked. But now we've got Unblockable. We can just play... I mean, we already got green and blue. I guess we play Blessing on red, I guess. I kind of want to speed up the clock, though, and just go, like, Homestead Courage double. I'll probably just one and play the Spirit Link, to be real. The old Stinkweed Imp. Okay. Well, now I kind of want to play it on black and just get through it, because that's like... We kind of time walk them with that. Yeah, let's just... I really don't want them to dredge. They can Dread Return then. Let's just name black. Name black. Yeah, so it's got Enchanted Creatures protection from the chosen color, yeah. So now we can just get in for 4. Nothing can happen to it. I wouldn't mind an Ethereal Armor, that would be nice. Like, yes, we have First Strike, but I actually just did not want them to dredge 5. I think that's absolutely cooked if we let them do that. Christus will be a phenomenal draw for them, just having 3 blocks. I'd be curious if they can get through. I guess Masked Vandal is very good to do that. And we give them a little false sense of security here. Like they're in 13. I guess they discard lands. They got a lot of Giant there. I guess they could sack everything and then bring back a Chrysalis. That's pretty good. But I feel like once we chuck this Link on our creature, I'm feeling good about that. So I guess they just get rid of the... Well, they attack with everything first, yeah. And then they just, Dread Return and get the Chrysalis back. I'll probably just... Oh, no, they don't have a... Sorry, they don't have a Dread Return. I was looking at the black card, I was like, oh, they have a Dread Return. Okay, let's just go Spirit Link on here. And let's just play the other Umbra, to be honest. Just in case if they have multiple removal spells. It's only changing like one different counter. It won't really change the clock. Like, if they have Chrysalis, you know what I mean? And this way, at least, if they cast down us somehow, or they somehow burn through this, because we have protection against 3 colors here, then we have a way to get around it. They're nowhere near using a Giant against us either to finish the game. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Don't Chrysalis me, bro. They could even have a Dread Return in their hand and they just can't play it because they only have 1 black mana. But that's like also what you get for playing 4 colors in Pauper. Like that just happens sometimes, you know? There we go. All right, let's play now. All right, we just jumped straight into this one. This hand's actually pretty good. We'll keep this. I'm wondering if we just remote farm first. I think we do remote farm first. Just pass. It's obviously playing Jund or something like that. Yep, they are. Alright, I'm just going to do the remote farm, play this, and then we'll play the Trailblazer as well. Just pass. I'm more inclined to put stuff on the Weaver though. Campfire, oh gosh. I hate that card. They haven't drawn a land though, which is good. So... They do run Cast Down. I think let's go Let's do the Guardian Voice on here. And there's just double courage. I guess we'll get Yip Yip. We'll use this all up. Let's just go hard. We'll put a bunch on here, and we'll courage this once. Yeah, it's better to kind of courage that. If they want to cast down us, they can cast down us. But we need to get some damage going, you know? And just play the Odd Trailblazer, and then we'll attack with everything. Seven, they gain 2. This is what we have. Is it enough? Watch this space. I kind of feel like you need to like run one more sideboard card with this Guarding Voice. You know what I mean? I mean, we thought they were going to run a cast down. Okay. So here, let's do a courage on here. I don't think we need to play the Sky Guard. I think we're done with that now. Oh, I guess we can play it on the other thing. Now let's just keep that creature back just in case. Just get rid of, doesn't really matter what we get rid of. How many cast downs do they have? That is the question. You know what, let's just soup it up. It's not going to get better. Let's just... They're not going to play Chrysalis next turn either, so we may as well just try and finish the game off as quick as possible. And if we draw just any kind of pump, we can just put it on the Wonder Weaver. Okay. That is not a good draw. We'll just attack with everything, play the Sky Guard. I'll keep the Remote Farm in play because we obviously don't want to get around like a Familiar or something like that. Fog. They're playing Fog. Oh my gosh. Of course they're playing Fog. Alright, let's play. Oh, so painful, Fog. We got to run the Macabres now to get around other stuff. They haven't drawn another land though. I think this has just been our saving grace, but they obviously run a lot of Fogs in their deck. They got to be careful if they cast down our Trailblazer. So if we draw a Homestead or whatever, we just chuck it all on that. We'll attack with everything again. And definitely not worried about Refuge Familiar. Let's write in chat while I say in chat. They said lands are fake. I don't know what they mean by that. I think it's because they haven't drawn a land. And he's doing Weather the Storm. Okay. Well, we didn't play any spells. That's why you play your spells post-combat. There you go. They go to 3. Let's just play the Sky Guard. So the thing with the Fog deck is like they need to get to a point where they can win the game. And it's hard if they don't draw lands, which is what's happened here. They need to draw lands and then they have the Fog effects. And the Campfire is just not keeping them alive here either. So depends on what they draw. Okay. So they must have like another forest, yeah. So they can Fog again. Yep, there we go. Okay. Sideboarding wise, yeah, I think we just want the Macabres. Obviously we don't want these Spirit Links that don't really matter. We might use this Lauren's Escape. I'm thinking anything else, maybe the red-black. They're obviously Jund colors. We can just bring in this just in case. It's probably not mega needed, maybe just one. We have the other protection spells, to be honest. And it's better than, I think... They might run Rat, though. I think this is fine. We'll see what they might be running, like Cryclan Shaman, which doesn't really matter because we've got a lot of flyers. And or the Crypt Rats, which is kind of hard in the Jund build. This sounds good. So we can just play the Wonder Weaver on 2 and just chuck anything on it. Kind of have the same setup as last time. Yeah, it's hard to know specifically. I mean, this is a good draw for them. So I don't think they're running Crypt Rats because of how their lands were anyway. Like they got kind of just a good range of basics rather than just getting a bunch of swamps. I mean, they've got 2 mountains here, so I don't think we have to worry too much about that. All right, let's play... I still think the Sky Guard's better. We've got protection. So let's play the Sky Guard and the Weaver. Sorry, the Sky Guard in the Trailblazer. And then on our turn, I think we just remote farm and play a land and just go Eyes, Courage, all in the Skyguard and attack. And just keep up unscathed. So just running all these, okay, and like obviously like just like a fog variant deck. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, if you're running prep routes, you're not running all these extra swamps. Let's go this. Let's just go Homestead Courage. It's kind of nice with the Sentinel Eyes that the farm does go away because you don't need it anymore. And then we'll go again. And then we'll just put this on as well. And let's just get in for 7. They could probably weather here, which is the problem. They do gain a lot of life off weather. They're doing cast down. Okay, we'll emerge unscathed. Name black, but they obviously can have another cast down here. You never wait till when you're in combat. It's for any heroic or infect plays. You never do the removal spell in combat. You do it post combat, so they can't add on the protection spells on top. Like if you just vines there, you just cook them. You know what I mean? So here, because now we've gone as far as we can with this. We're actually gonna put it on the Trailblazer. We need to move some eggs into another basket now. So they have a cast down, which is cooked. All right, another land is not good. Let's attack for 9. And this is kind of all we have. So if they have a cast down, we're just cooked. Okay, they're just playing Moment's Peace. Okay. But they don't have any draw engines and stuff just yet. So that's good for us. We can play this. And they obviously don't have another cast down. Oh, the Weather the Storming. That's pretty good. 6, 9, 12. Yep. All right. They're kind of just 2 hits away though still. Especially if we draw some other spells. This is a Chrysalis. In Entourage of Trest. Okay. So obviously have a Fog as well though. Let's just attack the Skyguard. You know what? Let's do this. We'll attack this and this one. Yeah, we knew there was a fog coming. So we got their draw engine. If they can keep this fog, I mean, they have a Moment's Peace in their graveyard as well. So this might be enough for them, to be honest. It's where the Fairy Macabres come in handy. You can Fairy Macabre. If they feel pretty confident just using their Moment's Peace in their graveyard, you can catch them by going Fairy Macabre in their end step and then untap attack. Yeah, that's a cast down. I mean, I feel pretty good if I'm able to take the Monarch off of them. I mean, it's a 4/4, so I'll just block it. They might have a bolt or something like that for it, I guess. That's what they're thinking. And we just Sentinel Eyes the Trailblazer here. Okay, let's get this on there. And let's be real, they have the bloody Moment's Peace, so we'll still attack with everything, and then they'll, you know, Moment's Peace. People love their fog decks. At least if they don't draw another cast down, they can't actually get rid of this Trailblazer. He's just really at the mercy of the top of their deck, really. Like, they could just run a lands, and now they might not have a fog now, and then you can just go like, okay, attack. And then you get the Monarch. Okay, we'll attack both, see what happens. They have 4 cards in hand, so I'm very likely they have another Moment's Peace or something like that. If they have a Moment's Peace, I'll concede. If it's just a fog, we'll keep going. Oh, Tangle. Alright, we'll just concede there. We need to be a little bit faster, it looks like. As far as decks go, this deck's probably obviously like quite good against what we want to do. We just run this back. We probably need to catch them with a Fairy Macabre or something like that. Alright, run the play, which is ideal. We have no creatures, so we have to mull. If my mouse wants to click that. This hand's good. They mull to 6. And yeah, we can essentially go Akroan, Homestead Courage it. And hope that's enough. Hopefully they just don't have a cast down. They have cast down. It's bad news bear for us. Okay, Guiding Voice. Well, I might even use that now, maybe. Well, I can. Yeah, this is the thing with heroic. You can't if you don't have the protection. There's no point trying to fake it. They're going to try and use it anyway. You get the yip, say pass. If you cast down us, you cast down us. Essentially, it is what it is. Yep. Okay, that'll cast down. Oh, okay. We're still in it. We're still in it. We'll play our Wonderland Weaver, and we'll just name black, I guess. We'll just play the blessing now. Name black. Name black. Say pass. But this clock's like way worse. Like we essentially do need you know, a lot of stuff to go right. But we'll play the High Number, we'll play the Homestead Courage, and have they missed another land drop? I think they have. This doesn't feel like it will get here with this. I mean, they're missing a red source as well. But yeah, they're going to be campfiring every turn. Okay, they missed the land drop. Is this how we seriously win this game? Just by them not having land? This is why I wanted like one more yip, because like this Guiding Voice is just like, like it's just going to get an airbending lesson, which doesn't do anything. They can weather here as well. Like weather here is fantastic. Oh, it's doing Moment's Peace. Okay. Is that worth it? Not just doing like campfire a couple times. Still don't draw land. Okay. Well, let's play the Sentinel's Eyes on this one. We'll attack. I'll hold on to the yip. Doesn't really matter, really. We don't get extra counters for it. Yeah, they can use their fogs. It's completely fine that they're using their fogs. And they don't really, like, I don't know. I don't know about using it straight off the bat. I don't know. Yeah, okay. It's probably just because they didn't have enough lands anyway. All right, let's do a quick wrap-up. All right, just quick wrap-up time. So this was the deck that we played. This was Mono White Heroic. It was pretty good, to be honest. I actually probably think this is like one of the best decks in the format right now. Sodeq has just been destroying with it. I guess the issue with this style of deck is that you're only running 12 creatures, which can be quite scary. With our Boros Heroic deck, we're running a couple more creatures because we're more reliant on the how to start a riot. Probably things that would change. Like obviously Sodeq's been playing this for a long time. This is his list. He's been, you know, championing it for a while. He's done very well in challenges with it. Probably things that I would change based on my very limited match experience with this, but I played a lot of Heroic anyway, is that you probably want to adjust the sideboard a little bit. I wouldn't mind just having one more lessons to get, because getting duplicate Guiding Voices are kind of not that fun. You get like the one yip, and then you get your one interaction spell of Airbending Lesson, and that's kind of it. Yeah, I feel like you could quite easily chuck something else in here to get something a little bit more going, really. Or even just cut down some of the Guiding Voices. Maybe cut down to 3 and then run something else as well. So then you don't draw the duplicates. Maybe go to 3 Guiding Voices. But that's just probably just a thought. Or as like Benevolent Blessing are just absolutely cracked. I think the rest of the sideboard's fine. Just getting a 3 split off of whatever you know colors that your opponent's running. You just play those and then you just win the game. Deathblade Elite could be used potentially as well, but I think the addition of Remote Farm is a very good idea. But also, only running 2 Emergence Gauges means that it's a little bit harder to get the ball rolling if you want to play like a heroic creature, and then you want to keep a protection spell up. But I guess essentially what Sodeq's thinking is you play like the 2 mana spell, and then, or you play your Laguna Trailblazer and just soup it up with spells on turn 2. It's just probably like the correct way to go. And with Heroic, yeah, you can't play Scared. It's like in fact, you can't play Scared all the time. You have to play to the board. If you don't have the protecting spell, just jam it. You know, you're not going to win the game just by holding back for a little while. So anyway, tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.